Right, so in this session, we're just going to cover installing Postgres and then also just enabling the PostGIS extension. Just in terms of enabling the PostGIS extension, there's multiple ways to do that as well. So I'll show you in this video. But yeah, the first thing to do would just be just opening any browser and just searching for Postgres, just so we can get that installation file and install that software. So this is what the main page looks like. And then you can just go ahead and download. Just make sure you're selecting the correct installer for your operating system as well. And then download the installer. You'll see multiple versions of Postgres here. I would probably recommend not getting the latest version. I'll get a version that's a few versions behind, just because you can always upgrade that that PostgreSQL database. Whereas it might be a bit more tricky to backtrack your version of PostgreSQL. So just in this one, I'm just going to download or install the version 12 of Postgres, which will be this one here. Most PCs are 64-bit, so 32 bits not supported by the looks of it as well. So we'll just wait for that to download, and then we can begin the install process. Right, so once that's downloaded, let's open the installation file. So we can just press next. Installation directory, it's always best to just have your software installed where the operating system is, so I'll keep that as it is. That should be fine. And then the data directory, since I've had PostgreSQL installed in the past on this PC, it's using that same file path as well. Usually the default data directory is in a similar path on the C drive. But I would recommend that you have your data directory on a separate SSD or HDD, whichever is your preference, just away from the operating system, because obviously the data directory can get quite large in size as well, and it's just not best practice to have all your data where your operating system is, and that once your memory or the storage is run out, it can cause the PC to crash. So I might recommend just having that data on a external SSD or HDD, where there's like pretty much no chance of the operating system crashing. So for now, I'll keep this as the C drive link, but I do have an external SSD where I'd normally put that data directory. Type a password. "5432" is the default port. You can keep that as the default locale. And then we can just have a look at this information and then just make sure everything looks fine. And then we can press next and next. So once that's installed, we can just press finish, and then it will open up with Stack Builder. So if we just select our PostgreSQL, and then all we need to do, we need to just expand special extensions, and then just select PostGIS, but let's select 3.4. It's currently already installed, but you won't be able to get to the next page unless you've selected one of the applications from this list. So, for example, if I just unselect that, press next, it'll mention that you need to select at least one package. So let's just install PostgreSQL, PostGIS 3.4. Download directory, that's fine. And we can install that now as well. Fine. Can press finish on that. All right, so it looks like there's no more dialog boxes. So essentially, once that's installed, we can just search for PGAdmin, which is where we can actually view that that database, make changes to data, add data as well. So and perform some queries. So let's just create a shortcut to PGAdmin 4, and we can just open that up. So once that's open, we can just expand servers. Just type in the password that you entered as your password when you was installing Postgres. So and then you can get into this page here and then just view your databases. And this is the default Postgres database that's being created. If we just expand extensions, we should have these two extensions. And then we should also have public schema as well. Right, so that should be in terms of installing Postgres and just making sure PostGIS is enabled. But if you did forget to select that PostGIS application when we was within Stack Builder, the other way to do it would be to set up a query for this database. So if we just right click on the database, query tool, this could be the case when you've been working PostgreSQL but never needed to use PostGIS but never needed to have that option to store GIS data. So this could be that situation as well. So let's type in create extension, and it's just PostGIS. And then we can just run that one. Yeah, so it looks the same since PostGIS is already enabled. Actually, let's create a new database just to show this query in action as well. So I'll just call this one test. Within extensions, you can see that there's only one extension there. So if I just run this same query, but just for this database, yep, you can see that this database is now been enabled for PostGIS. All right, I hope that video was useful. You should be able to, once you've installed PostgreSQL and enabled PostGIS, you should be able to add any kind of GIS data, whether that's vector in the form of point, line, polygon, or raster data as well. Yeah, hopefully that was useful. If you got any questions, just let me know as well, just by email. Yeah, that's all for now.